If you're struggling with low energy, belly fat, you feel that your sleep is not dialed in, and you're frustrated of trying different workouts only to get the same disappointing results, then this video might help you understand what's happening in your body. And today what I'm going to talk about here is very simple, which is something that people underestimate, which is the power of sleep and recovery. And before you click off this video, because I'm not talking about supplements, I know that when we talk about supplements, people love it, and that's the most common question that I get asked. What's the best supplement that I should be taking? When the most important question you should be asking is, how can I improve my sleep? How can I improve my REM sleep, deep sleep? And all this. Sleep is literally the #1 game changer. And the reason why I'm doing this video is simple. It's because I want to share a bit about my experience, because I'm not always perfect, far from that. My nutrition is not always perfect. My workouts are far from perfect. My sleep is far from perfect as well. And what I'm going to talk about today is basically what I'm facing right now, which is I'm a little bit sleep deprived. So if you notice that my English is not the best, that's probably the reason, because English is not my mother language, as you probably know, or if you didn't know, in case you didn't know, I'm from Portugal, so my mother language is Portuguese. Anyway, what happened today is that I didn't sleep that much. I went yesterday to Abu Dhabi, so I came late, and after 5:30 a.m. I cannot sleep because I have dogs and they wake me up, and I slept 5 hours and a half. And even though I planned to work out today, I'm not working out today. Why is that? As simple as that. And I'm sharing my experience, but I want you to understand as well what you can do to apply for yourself and to train in a smart way, and to understand that you're probably overestimating workouts and underestimating everything else, because you don't build muscle in the gym, you build muscle outside the gym. So the #1 reason I'm not training today, even though I wanted, is that I slept 5 hours and a half. And when you're sleeping less than 6 hours consistently, of course one night is not a big issue, but if these nights compound, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, if you're sleeping always less than 7 hours, what happens is that your cortisol levels are elevated. And even though it was just one night that I slept 5 hours and a half, actually 5 hours and 35 minutes, the quality of the sleep was decent, because I track on my Whoop, and it was 87% recovery, which is decent, and I got good deep sleep, but it's still not enough. And I feel that. I feel a little bit more cravings. I feel a little bit moody as well. I feel that I tend to overreact a little bit to everything. You feel more irritated, and what it means is that cortisol is a little bit elevated. And this is something that you need to pay attention to, because if your cortisol levels are elevated, you're going to accumulate more fat, especially around the belly. So in order for you to burn fat and to build muscle, you need to decrease your cortisol levels. And what happens is, when you're sleep deprived, your cortisol levels are high. Then if you're going to do a massive workout, a strength training or a brutal HIIT class, or you're going to do a long cardio session, you're going to increase even more your cortisol levels. This is not a combination that you want, because maybe you're going to feel good in the moment, but you're doing more harm than good, because you're massively spiking your cortisol levels. You're going to increase your hunger levels as well. Why am I talking about this while doing what I'm doing right now, which is walking? I'm listening to my body, and I understand hormones, and this is what I want for you. So understand something. For example, when you're walking and you're getting sun, not running, walking, you're regulating your circadian rhythm, you're burning fat. This is low impact. It's boosting my testosterone levels, it's decreasing my cortisol levels, because it's very relaxing. My breathing is in a proper rhythm. I don't have impact because I'm not running. I'm breathing properly, and this is great for cortisol levels. This is decreasing my cortisol levels and increasing my testosterone levels, together with the vitamin D and the sunlight. So this is an example of something that you should be doing when you're sleep deprived. Don't push through a session, a hard workout, or a HIIT class or anything, because you're spiking massively your cortisol, and then you're going to be wondering, why do you still have belly fat, or you're skinny fat, or you can't lose fat, or you're trying all different workouts and you still don't see the results? That might be the reason, because you're placing a lot of emphasis on the workouts when you need to understand your hormones, insulin, cortisol, testosterone levels, which is exactly what I'm doing now. So if I feel that I didn't sleep enough, cortisol levels are high because I didn't sleep enough, what I need is to balance this cortisol by walking a little bit more and doing some low impact activity, which is what I'm doing right now. Now, the other thing that you need to pay attention is cravings. What happens is that when you're sleep deprived, you're gonna probably have more cravings. Cortisol is a stress hormone. That means if you're sleep deprived, cortisol will be up, you're gonna accumulate more fat, and cortisol also tends to compromise lean muscle. So what you want to do is, since you're sleep deprived, cortisol is elevated, that means you're compromising lean muscle. So what you want to do is increase your protein intake to ensure that you prevent muscle breakdown. What you need to understand is, if you're sleep deprived 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, always sleeping less than 6 hours or 6 hours and a half, you're in a catabolic state. That means your body is using muscle fibers, so you're not just burning fat, you're burning muscle as well. So it's not a good place. It's not a good situation that you want to. If you're sleep deprived or stressed or you have high cortisol, you want to increase your protein intake, because at least you're going to prevent muscle breakdown. So this is very important. Increase your protein intake, prevent muscle breakdown. At least you're going to help balance things. So this is not a solution to just don't sleep enough and always eat more protein. That's not the solution, but it will help prevent muscle breakdown, especially in one day that you're not sleeping enough. Now, the third thing is fasting. So if you're intermittent fasting, if you're doing intermittent fasting and if you're sleep deprived, that's also not a good combination. When you're fasting, of course, you're going to improve insulin sensitivity, which is great, but if you tend to overdo, if you're fasting, you're in a state of fat burning, but then you're sleep deprived as well, cortisol also, it's not a good combination. So ideally, if you're sleep deprived, you shouldn't be doing fasting. So I would say 3 or 4 meals high in protein. Make sure that your body is well fueled with good protein sources, whole foods, and don't do excessive fasting, because if you're sleeping 5 or 6 hours and then you're fasting for 18 or 20 hours, that's not a good combination. You're massively increasing your cortisol levels, and this is something that you need to pay attention to. And the last tip that I'm going to give you as well, which is the most underrated tip to manage cortisol levels, is meditation. So this is something that I've done this morning as well. As soon as I woke up, I felt crap. I felt that my sleep wasn't decent. So I know that meditation, again, lowers cortisol levels, and it helps you face a little bit better the day. You're going to have more, things will still happen, but you're going to feel that you can handle better those situations that will come, the stress and all these things. So you're going to handle way better the day. And again, you're managing your hormones. So because you're giving more conditions for your body to have more testosterone and less cortisol. When I say meditation, it doesn't need to be half an hour, even if it's 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes of deep breathing. Inhale 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, then exhale 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds. And this is what we call box breathing. 4 seconds in, hold 4 seconds, and then 4 seconds out, and then hold, and then again 4 seconds in. So this is box breathing. You can do it for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Personally, I did for 15 minutes. And it helps as well regulate cortisol, regulate your stress levels, and it will help as well, help you face the day in a better way. That's basically it. That's what I wanted to talk about today. It's a very short video, just to give you some insights on how you can manage cortisol. This will lead you basically to burn belly fat, because probably you're watching this, you're struggling with that love handles or belly fat that doesn't go away even though you try different workouts. And this is just to show you how important is it to understand your body, to understand that you're probably placing a lot of emphasis on the workouts and not on what you do outside the gym, which is walking, sunlight, managing your stress, meditation, eating more protein, even hydration, and all these things, which is more important than the gym. I'm not saying that the gym is not important, but understand something. Gym is, if you do proper 3 workouts per week, full body, it's more than enough. So it's the minimal effective dose approach. What's the minimum that you can do in order to get the maximum results? And if you do 1 day full body, then you rest, then another full body, then you rest, and the other days just walk, or even if you like to run, just do it once a week or something. But understand the importance of hormones, understand the importance of, in this case, managing your cortisol. So if you're sleep deprived, try to follow these things that I told you. Increase your protein intake, walk more, get sunlight, meditation, and this will help you massively. And you're going to be tired that day as well, you're going to be more relaxed, and hopefully you're going to sleep better that day. and the day after you're going to be primed to work out and to push yourself. Let's finish this walk, a few more steps, and we're done.